That's me, Johannes. I love making things, and finally I want to share them to give insights on my process, on what I've learned, what went well, or what could be improved. Welcome to the project report. I needed a small axe, and I really had these shiny axes in mind, but this is what I got at the flea market for 10 euros, and I thought this could be the perfect start. And the metal was pretty good, I think. It had a stamp from the manufacturer on it. Pretty old, of course, but I think something I could definitely make something out of. So prepare for a lot of grinding and polishing, but I'm very happy with the end result and hope you like the process also. So the angle grinder was removing a lot of material and was working pretty good, but I found the surface to be not quite as straight as I would have liked, so I was switching to manual work and filing down the X by hand, which produced much straighter surfaces than the angle grinder, and I'm glad I did it, since in the end, when it's polished, you're really able to see these uneven surfaces. After getting the rough shape of the axe head, proceeded to refine the edge on this stone sander here, which I don't know the exact name of, and it was a little bit challenging to not overdo it, but in the end I was able to get a pretty good edge. So back at the grinding table, I was just refining some of the surfaces from the rough marks of the file, before then proceeding to a finer grit sandpaper on the circular sander. Yeah, and not to forget about the handle. I was just sanding it down a little bit to remove all the dirt and build-up from the outside. And it really is a nice piece of beech that was used here. After the sanding, I just shortened the handle slightly, because it was too long for my purpose, and also cut the slot in the middle of the handle, where later this other oak piece should slot into. Yeah, and that is me assembling the two pieces for the first time and checking how everything fits. So this project took a little bit longer as expected, and I had to proceed on the next day, and we have this really nice view on the balcony, so that makes working a little bit different than in the workshop. While the garden table is not this most stable surface to work on, this workbench is really nice for clamping things down. In this case, the axe head. I'm just starting off by grinding again with different gridded sandpaper, going from 120 to 240. Yeah, and finally, after hours of work, the part that I was waiting for has finally come, and maybe you've also been waiting for that part, the polishing. And yeah, I'm using 2 different types of polishing discs here that came in a set, with the first one being a little bit more dense and the other one just being a fabric type polishing disc. And now finally everything came together and I could oil this nice beach, which really gave a red surface to this wood. And then the last step of finally assembling the nicely finished pieces together. Here I'm just tapping them down and then really fixing it with a wooden dowel here in the slot. Then I was sanding that all flush and sharpening the edge. So that's it, and that's the final result. I'm really happy how it turned out, and if that's not shiny, I don't know what is, so I would count it as a success. I really love the process of making this, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And I want to really make something with this axe now, and I hope you stay for this in the next video. And thank you so much for watching.